Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's me, Sakurai here, and for today's video, we have just got ourselves a lot of things to discuss in this entire video, as the latest September Nintendo Direct presentation has shown off a lot of games that I am very excited for. Like, there were games that were really major to the Nintendo community, while some that were pretty much okay. Though, from what I saw from the response, some say that this was kind of better than the E3 2021 Nintendo Direct, some say that this was just okay, while some say that this was one of the best September Nintendo Directs that Nintendo has ever showcased. But that's why in this entire video, we are going to be covering the highlights that were shown off in this entire presentation. I will be going through all of them, that's the thing, because the thing is, there's a lot I have to discuss, but I'm more talking about some of the highlights that were really skyrocketing in the entire community. And the way I want to start this off is by going through some of the small highlights that really did get a lot of big feedback, but didn't really get that much of a huge impact as the major games, which I'm going to be saving for at the end. So this is pretty much similar to what I did back in the February Nintendo Direct and such, but and that's kind of why we're just going to be doing this in this entire video. We have a lot to discuss things, so this is technically like a discussion video with a mix of Nintendo news on it, and that's really going to be fun for us. And so with that, let's just not waste time, and let's get straight into the main highlights of this entire Nintendo Direct presentation. The first thing we have to discuss is obviously the one I predicted yesterday after the announcement that Mario Party Superstars has gotten themselves a bit of a small highlight. We do get to see two new boards revealed, and I say two because if you look right here in the cover, they already revealed Woody Woods from Mario Party 3, but we are actually going to get Horrorland as part of the other boards, and also Yoshi's Tropical Island from Mario Party 1. I was surprised that there wasn't any new Bowser board, or any of the Bowser boards that came from Mario Party 1 through 3, but I'm happy nonetheless. And we also got the reveal of Daisy being part of it, and that's about it. There was only 10 characters, but the character roster doesn't matter. What matters is the other content itself, and I'm very excited to get this game next month, because to be really clear with you guys, this might be the Mario Party game that could resurrect the entire series after, you know, the whole few games that we have in the past few years and all, so let's just hope for the best, and this was just one of the small highlights of the Nintendo Direct. The second thing I want to talk about is a brand new update coming to Mario Golf Super Rush. About a month ago, we did get our very first DLC update with the brand new character of Toadette and a new course being of New Donk City. Now we got ourselves a second update where we can get two new playable characters and two new courses, and they are available right now. That's right, you can get this update now, and the brand new characters we've gotten right here is Koopa Troopa, which really makes sense since obviously he's a character who's been playable in a lot of Mario spin-off games, but the unexpected reveal was Ninji, a character and an enemy that I think first appeared in Mario Bros. 2 and has been appearing in a few modern Mario games, but never playable in a Mario spin-off. So that was a pretty surprising thing for a character that has never really been an enemy in any mainline Mario game in the longest time. And the new courses, what we got is Blustery Bassin and Spiky Palms. So yeah, for those who got Mario Golf Super Rush, you can now get this update today with two new characters and brand new courses. The next highlight of the small highlights we got is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity DLC. It has been a while since we got the first wave back in, I think it was June of 2021, but now we've gotten ourselves the second wave of the Age of Calamity's Season Pass, and this one will be called Guardian of Remembrance, where this will be available on October 29th, 2021, which coincidentally is the same release date as Mario Party Superstars. Here it states that the second wave of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity Expansion Pass content includes newly playable characters, additional stages, and emotional new story sequences. And right here in the bottom, it also says this: defend Hyrule as the quirky duo character Pura and Ravi and their array of ancient technology, along with another playable character. That is pretty interesting. In the trailer, we do know that Ravi and Pura are now going to be playable since they weren't playable in like the base game when the game came out. But now they are finally playable, so for those fans out there, yep, you got what you wanted. But I am wondering who this other character could be, because if you don't know, about a while ago, The game DLC was data mined, and even though Robbie and Pearl was one of the 4 characters, there were 2 other characters that wasn't really shown to be playable as of yet. One of them being, I think it was a Yiga Clan character. I forgot his name, but it was one of the characters that was data mined, and also Aster, who was or as I like to personally call him, Asta who is the main villain of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So I am wondering who this last DLC character could be as part of the second wave of this. But yeah, this is a pretty cool for those Zelda fans out there, and for those who pretty much bought it, you can get it right away once it comes on October 29th, 2021. Our next highlight is something to do with Deltarune Chapter 2. After the chapter came out a few days ago, and I promise you, I've seen it trending everywhere on Twitter and on YouTube. So yeah, I pretty much I saw this by a long shot. Like, when they first announced Deltarune Chapter 2, I knew for a fact that it was gonna get ported to the Switch at some point, and I was right to begin with, and I really love the trailer as well. But hey, at least you can get you can really get the Chapter 2 of Deltarune today. And if you guys bought Chapter 1 of Deltarune for free when it came out about a couple years ago, then you can just simply update it, and then it'll just update to Chapter 2. This is pretty cool, and I am trying it right now. So yeah, I saw this by a long shot ever since Deltarune Chapter 2 was released. Alright, now we got ourselves, we're a couple of semi-highlights. The semi-highlights, as I like to call them, are pretty much a mix of small but big highlights at the same time. So yeah, that's kind of why I want to call them. And the first one we gotten is Animal Crossing New Horizons big update. Yep, it's finally time for Animal Crossing Horizons to basically get an update. It has been quite a while since the last one, and I can't remember which one it was. But next month, we'll be getting a brand new addition to New Horizons, being Brewster and his cafe. That's right, if you don't know who Brewster is, his name pretty much speaks for itself, and this was a really requested character to ever come back. And from what we saw from the trailer, it turns out that the Brewster cafe might be open 24/7, but it is really unsure. But we just have to wait next month as they'll show off more details about it. But it is great to see that Brewster is coming back to New Horizons, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for us next month. And here is another thing I predicted after yesterday's announcement of the September Nintendo Direct, that being Metroid Dread. It was obvious at some point. The game comes out in like the next couple of weeks. I think it was October 8th, and it was obvious to show this game off before its initial release. And I would not be surprised if there were some games that were celebrating it, just to commemorate its release. And, I'm looking at Smash Ultimate with its Spirit event and all. But Metroid Dread, yeah, this is a really great return for Samus and the Metroid series to ever come back. And plus, this was a game that was canceled right after, I guess, the game came out for Metroid Fusion, and then they decided to cancel it until they decided, just make the game again. So I know I'm talking so much, but it's just that there's a lot of content that it's really hurting my voice at the moment. So I apologize if I'm talking too fast, but Metroid Dread, it was one of the highlights that I predicted yesterday. And that's kind of about it for the small with semi highlights for this one. Now we get to the biggest highlights of the entire presentation. Now, the first highlight we've ever gotten was the brand new reveal of the latest Kirby game in the entire series, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which kinda ironic since Nintendo accidentally revealed this game even before it was announced on the Nintendo Direct. So, yeah, this isn't the first time Nintendo has accidentally revealed a game before its release. I'm talking about Kirby Fighters 2, but Kirby and the Forgotten Land is quite an interesting one. When I first saw this, it makes me think that this is actually the very first time that Kirby is sort of like an open world 3D experience. And I know what you're gonna say, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, but when it comes to this exact game, I'm more talking about a 3D Kirby game, because in the past modern Kirby games, they were mostly 2D platformers. This one is like somewhat of a mix of an Odyssey open world sort of deal, and I actually really like about this, and that's kind of what I like about this game. The bosses are pretty interesting, and it makes me wonder if this was made by the same developers as Odyssey. It really gives me the whole Mario Odyssey vibes with the whole open world aesthetic. But this game will be coming out next year on spring 2022, so yeah, Kirby fans, rejoice. Okay, I feel like for those who saw the leaks, really saw this coming, because if you don't know or aren't aware, about a few days ago, there was a lot of leaks and rumors going on saying that there might be a possibility of the Game Boy Advance or possibly Game Boy games, or maybe the possibility of the Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online pack coming into this Switch Online thing. And plus, it has been quite a while since we got in, and the latest one we've gotten for the whole gaming, like virtual console, was from SNES. So it has been quite a while, and now we finally got a Nintendo 64 virtual console for Nintendo Switch Online. But not just that, but the unexpected surprise of the SEGA Genesis itself. That's right, a SEGA Genesis is coming to Nintendo Switch Online. I did not see this coming, and I did not expect Sonic to be part of this entire thing. But then again, it feels like, given how Sonic has been featured in Nintendo consoles lately, makes me think that he's slowly becoming a second-party character. And this would actually be part of the brand new content for Nintendo Switch Online, known as the expansion pack. No information is said, but in late October, they'll be pretty much, including all the features that the base Nintendo Switch Online membership has. And the details on its pricing, timing, and more will be shared very soon. Not only that, alongside it, we also will be getting a brand new controller that will be specifically for the Nintendo Switch Online service. One of them featuring a Nintendo 64 controller and the SEGA Genesis, and both of them are wireless. And these two controllers will be both the same price as $49.99 for any of the Nintendo console member and Nintendo Online members. And yes, and just like with the whole information of the expansion pack, more information will be coming soon. And not only that, as one of the games were shown up, the Nintendo 64 also showed up Banjo-Kazooie, which makes this time Banjo-Kazooie's triumphant return to an actual Nintendo console. Not just them being in Smash Ultimate as DLC, but them being as part of a Nintendo console. It doesn't really matter if it's a port or not. They are finally coming back after their buyout from Microsoft, and I am very happy to finally test out these games and even playing out Ocarina of Time, since to be really fair, guys, I never played it. I never grew up with a Nintendo 64, so this will be a great thing to experience. Another big highlight was more info about Splatoon 3. There is a lot they've got shown, especially with the brand new story mode that will be coming alongside with Splatoon 3. And by the highlight, it was called Return of the Mammalians. I cannot pronounce it. I deeply apologize. But the Squid Research Lab gave out a lot of more info on the single player story mode, and especially its turf war footage and all. But there's a lot of info that I will gladly leave right here in the description below. There's just a lot I had to show. And yeah, for those who are excited for Splatoon 3, this really is a good chance for you to buy this, and this might be a good chance for me to return to the series, since I only played Splatoon 1, never played Splatoon 2, but this might be my chance to come back to the Splatoon series. Now, not necessarily a big highlight since there was no reveal, but it was still a huge one to really talk about, because now that we finally got a release date, we now know of when the final DLC character will be announced. It will be on October 5th, 2021, starting at 7 a.m. Pacific time, or depending on your time zone, 10 a.m. Eastern time, and this will be the final. And I mean, I'll let you know right away, the final character to be revealed and the final presentation made for Smash Bros. Ultimate. This will be shown off by Masahiro Sakurai, along with the final Mii costumes and especially the release date for it. So, and you might be wondering why this was part of the big highlights, because it wasn't really necessarily a reveal, but the reason why I added it was because it was the fact that this is the final DLC character for Ultimate. Once it's done, then that means the entire game is finalized. Sakurai has been saying this over and over again, that this is the final character, and that means Ultimate will be done, and that also means me talking about it would also be done, since Smash Bros. Videos were always one of my best videos. But sometimes all things must come to an end, and I want to see what you guys predict to see who Challenger Pack 11 could be. It could be anybody, and to me, like I said it yesterday, it doesn't matter. It's all on Nintendo's choice, and I want to see how they will end up this amazing game entirely. Now for another big highlight, here are some unexpected news. Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Mario, decided to come on and pretty much show off more details on the upcoming Mario Bros movie coming out next year, and this is going to be made by Illumination, the same studio that once made Despicable Me and nothing else, to my opinion. But it is pretty unexpected to see the Mario movie being mentioned, and this will be, and by the way, if you want to know the movie, like I said, it comes next year, but specifically on December 21st, 2022. Not only that, we also get to see the cast of which characters are going to be played by. And yeah, to be honest, I was very surprised of what casting they just showed. First off is that Chris Pratt is going to be playing as Mario. That's right. Chris Pratt, the same actor that played Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. Who knew that Star-Lord would be playing Mario? What kind of timeline are we living in? We also got Anya Taylor-Joy, who will be playing Peach. I do not know much about this actress, but I hope she nails the role as Peach. We also have Charlie Day as Luigi. I did hear that this actor, Charlie Day, is pretty much a good actor when it comes to playing paranoid characters, which is what Luigi's personality is. Here's the most surprising and funniest one. Jack Black as Bowser. Jack Black played Po from Kung Fu Panda, so it is very funny to see not only Chris Pratt of Star-Lord playing as Mario, but also Po from Kung Fu Panda, Jack Black, playing as Bowser. We also got Keegan-Michael Key, who'll be playing Toad, Seth Rogen, who's gonna be playing Donkey Kong. That's right, Donkey Kong, and also Cranky Kong, who's gonna be played by Fred Armisen. I did not expect Donkey Kong characters to be part of the Mario Bros. Movie, so that's kind of unexpected. We also got Kevin Michael Richardson as Kamek and Sebastian Maniscalco, I cannot pronounce the last name, I apologize, who will be playing Spike. And for those who don't know who Spike is, I think he was a character that came from the classic game Wrecking Crew. I think that's what Spike is from. And even though Charles Martinet is not playing as Mario, he's actually still going to be involved in the movie, but as surprise cameos. So yeah, the Mario Bros. Movie not only gave out an unexpected highlight in this direct, but also a very unexpected casting. I am very curious to see how Chris Pratt would play as Mario, especially Charlie Day and Jack Black, but I really do hope that Illumination and Nintendo are gonna nail this movie next year. And finally, the final highlight for today's video is Bayonetta 3. That's right, Bayonetta fans, after all this time, ever since the first ever reveal back in 2017 of the Game Awards, Bayonetta 3 finally got themselves a reveal trailer. This was really a big thing that fans have been waiting for patiently for the longest time, even if some of the developers at Platinum Games were pretty much getting harassed by the fans who were impatiently waiting for Bayonetta 3. But I made a video, I'll talk about this a while ago, and like I stated this, if Platinum Games was ready to show Bayonetta 3 at any time, then they are ready. But overall, this was one of the biggest reveals of Nintendo Direct history. Bayonetta 3 is finally getting a trailer, plus it is coming out next year on 2022. But I am curious on the trailer of who I just saw at the end. It looked like a Devil May Cry character. I mostly think it was Virgil, because the hairstyle was similar, and especially the sword he has on his back. It really makes me think that Virgil is going to be part of Bayonetta 3. If not, then, that's fine. We finally got more information on Bayonetta 3. Plus, the developers of this game, and then at Platinum Games, has even gave out a thank you note for those who were patient enough of waiting on Bayonetta 3. But with that was the entire video. Like I stated in the beginning, there was a lot that I really have to talk about, and even though it wasn't all of the big highlights, I have to say that this was by far one of the best directs I've seen. Even though some say that this was better than the E3 Nintendo Direct back in 2021, I have to say that it really doesn't matter. As long as the execution is great, then every direct might actually be one of the best ones. But I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. What is your favorite highlight moment in this September Nintendo Direct? Do you guys think some of the games are great? Do you think there are some games that are pretty much that should have been shown? I want to know all your opinions down below. My goodness, I am very tired making this video right now, but I want to know all your opinions down below. And so with that, leave a like, comment, subscribe, Hit the notification bell for more videos, follow my Twitter, and I'll see you guys next time. And remember this, once a legend, always a legend.
Like a Hellcat.